What is up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the mystery of the white phone. Now, you all know my story. I used to be a homeless heroin addict. I've turned my life around and I make videos talking about it, trying to inspire people. But it also, YouTube is an entertainment platform, so I like to tell little anecdotes of my time as an addict. And there's a lot of channels out there what will talk about it, but they only say the good stuff or the stuff what makes them look good. Whereas me, I don't. I just tell it as it is. I tell the truth. Sometimes it's embarrassing. Sometimes, it's shameful. Sometimes it's funny. But, it's the truth. So there's no holds barred with me. So anyway, let's get into it. Now, when I was a homeless heroin addict, I had a girlfriend at the time. We'd been kicked out of his house, so we were homeless. At the beginning, we were a couple, we made a family. And then I ended up relapsing and lost everything. We lost his house, we lost everything. And we were homeless on the streets. And she was a working girl now, so we weren't really together. We were just like friends, associates, We were both stuck in this world of addiction. And we were there for each other, but we weren't really a couple at this point. And anyway, we tried staying wherever we could. It's crap being homeless. I've spoke about it before. And what I used to do is through the day I would go shoplifting to earn money, and like between 9 and 12 she would go out working on the beat and she would earn money. And those working girls earn loads of money, especially because she looked really young, and there's a lot of weirdos up there that like all that sort of stuff. So she could make loads of money. And we were staying at a guy in Doncaster. I think he might be dead now, I'm not 100% sure. There's so many people have died from when I was growing up that I can't keep up. And his name's Danny O'Brien from Doncaster. And he says, "Oh, come and stop at my house. You can have a bed upstairs." So I was like, "Oh, nice one, buzz it." So we both stopped at Danny O'Brien's house. And Danny was like, he was a fethead, so he was always tinkering. Fethead is somebody who has speed, he's always like taking things apart, putting them back together, just festering all night. And we slept at the back bedroom, and one night we'd gone to bed and I smoked heroin. She used to use needles, so she'd bang it up and then she would pass out in the bed. But I smoke it, and when I finished it, usually I would just crash out because it's a hard life being a heroin addict. It's a full-time job. There's no days off. As soon as you wake up, you're out and about to get money, and then as soon as you get back, use it, and then you're out again. So it's non-stop. So usually on a night time, when it's time to go to sleep, I'll have my little bit of gear and then bump, I'm out because I'm exhausted. But this one night we went to bed and I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. It was just, I just couldn't sleep, which was strange because, like I say, usually I just crash out. But I was just laid there looking at the ceiling, and Danny had been festering all night. He took apart a TV and put it back together again. And anyway, I was laid in my bed just looking at the ceiling. I couldn't sleep. And then I started hearing a noise, like crunching noise, like k, p, k. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But we was right next to a park and a main road. So I thought, well, it's probably just someone fucking about. And then it started getting louder, like k, p, k, k. I'm like, what is that? And I started smelling smoke. I'm like, fucking hell. So I've got up, gone to the door, opened the door, and woof, the fucking house was on fire. The flames were coming all up the stairs, and I grabbed her, I fucking shook her. I said, "We've got to get out, the fucking house is on fire." And obviously we rescued the heroin because that's what junkies do, you need heroin. That's the first thing you rescue. So we rescued the heroin. And I had my boxer shorts, t-shirt on. She had like knickers and bra, and we had to run through the flames coming up the stairs. And we got outside, and what had happened is Danny had took his TV apart, put it back together, and like crossed some wires, and it's ended up sparking, and it set the whole house on fire. And anyway, we stood on the street, and it seemed like the next minute or so there was just cop cars, ambulances, everybody was out on the street. The fire engine were there, blasting the house with water. And Danny, he'd done one because he was wanted by the police. He knew the police were going to come. And I think he was down the street, and then he saw all the commotion. and he's come out, he's seen all the, seen all the vehicles and coppers, and he's done one because he was wanted by the police. He had warrants out. So yeah, we're all stood on the street, and they're putting the flames out, and the coppers said to us, "See, if I'd have fell asleep that night, I might not be here now." This is why I tell people it's amazing I'm still alive. So many times I could have died. And yeah, we had to run through the fire. The ambulance were there, and the police says, "Oh, well, you can't go back in there. It's fucked." He says, "Is there any way you can go?" And I says, "Well, I might be able to stop at my dad's." So he took us in the police car to my dad's, and we ended up sleeping there. And the next morning we went back to this house, and it was just wrecked. Everything was black. It was all soggy and wet from the water, from the hose pipes. And right in the middle of this entire mess, right in the middle of the room, was a white phone, and it was pristine. It had not been touched. And I went over, I'm like, why has this not been burned? Everything else was black and ruined, but his phone was in perfect, pristine condition. I picked it up and it still worked. I'm like, wow, how odd is that? How crazy is that? Now, I don't believe in higher powers and all this, but I was thinking maybe somebody up there has kept that phone, so working, protected that phone, so somebody could have phoned an ambulance, or, we didn't have time to do that, but, it just makes you wonder. I've never been religious, but there's just been so many times when I've been like, I could have died, and I've been like rescued, or, something's happened that saved me. But anyway, that's the mystery of the white phone. It was just pristine. It had not been touched. It was bizarre. And there was another time when, this one I'm really embarrassed about, but that's what I do here. It's no old barred. And it was years ago. I was homeless. I was on my own, and I was detoxing really bad. I had stomachache. I was rapid fire sneezing. I was really cold, and it was horrible. And somebody came round. I'm not going to say his name because he's still alive now, but he was a bad bully. Nobody liked him. He could really fight. He was an hard cunt, but he was a really bad bully. And everybody else would stay away from him, but I was too polite, to get away from him. So he always used to come around me. And he came around, and I'm on detox, and he says, "Oh, you're rattling?" I says, "Yeah, I fucking feel shit," thinking, he's going to sort me out. He says, "Well, I'll give you a couple of bags if you come and rob this house with me." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake." I said, "I don't rob houses, mate, and I don't, I'd rob your shed, I'd go shoplifting, I'd rob from an office, but I'd never robbed houses. Because I've been robbed, I know what it's like. It can ruin your life. And plus, back then, you got if you got caught robbing a house, you got 3 years instantly. I think the tariff was minimum 3 years. And if you had a record like mine, I probably would have got 6, 7 years. So I'm like, no, I'm not robbing houses." And he's like, "Oh, well, up to you." And he sat there, and he's smoking it, and he's blowing it in my face, knowing, you know what I mean? And I just crumbled. I said, "All right, fucking give me it." So I've had it. I felt better. I've got my warm blanket on. Got my energy back. All the sickness was gone. But now I've got to rob this fucking house with this guy. I'm like, no. And I did not want to do it. And we've gone over there. He says, "Come on, he's only a little muppet. Don't worry about it." I'm like, fucking, so I've gone along because I felt obligated, we had a deal. I had to stick with it, and he probably would have smashed me head in if I didn't. So I went along with him. Now, he was a really good burglar, so he just got in there in seconds. I don't know how he did it. I was just a lookout, really. And I've gone in the house, and I'm fucking terrified, I'm scared as shit. I'm thinking, fucking hurry up. And I'm stood at the window just looking, see if anyone's coming. And there's a photo on the bedside, and it's some dude. He's fucking massive. He's got a big gold chain on. I says, "He's fucking huge, Jim. He's going to kill us if he catches us." But he didn't care, because he could fight. He probably would have fought him, probably would have beat him as well. And I'm like, if we get caught, he's going to fucking smash us. He's got an army uniform on here. And I says, "Fuck this, I'm going." And he says, starts shouting. He says, "If you go," he says, "you fucking getting it." I says, "I'm not doing it, I'm going." And we got out in the garden, and he jumped on me, we were rolling about in the fucking garden. And we heard the police, like, fuck. And we had to run away. And, and I don't know what he got out of that. He didn't give me a note. and I ended up getting a black eye out of it because I ruined the whole thing. But you know, that's just a time in my life. I really didn't want to do it, but I got dragged into it. And that's the reality of addiction, you know. I'm clean now, I'm sober now, and these are the things what I have to live with. These are like most people have memories growing up, and they've got good memories, you know. But for me, it's all shit, it's all embarrassing, it's all shameful. But, you know, I can't do out about it. And I know there'll be people saying, oh, I wouldn't have done that, I would have done this, I would have done that. But when you're there, in it, it's like you've got no control over it. But anyway, that's the video for today. I guess the message is just keep going. You know, you can change your life if you want. Yeah, just keep going. Don't try drugs. You know, if all this sounds like fun, then go out and try drugs. But if not, you know, stay away from it. It only takes one time. I only had it once, and that was it. It was there, you know, and then I'm still fighting it to this day. But anyway, that's the video for today. Press the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Fromage frais.